You're watching the Council in Brief. I'm Susan Kenedy. We're here with the latest news of the Montgomery County Council. Over the weekend, leaders and community members participated in a remembrance walk to honor the lives of two men who were lynched in Montgomery County in the 19th century.
We gather here in memory of Mr. John Diggs-Dorsey and Mr. Sidney Randolph, who were taken from this very spot and murdered by two lynch mobs. Mr. Randolph's body, after the lynching, remained hanging. It was, according to some reports, actually put on display to the public.
And listen, somebody's calling my name.
We will begin by saying the names of those being remembered today. Mr. John Diggs-Dorsey. Mr. John Diggs-Dorsey. Mr. Sidney Randolph. Mr. Sidney Randolph.
I'm going to read a proclamation on behalf of the County Council to commemorate Mr. John Diggs-Dorsey and Mr. Sidney Randolph being memorialized today. Were lynched in Montgomery County, Maryland. And whereas the Montgomery County Lynching Memorial Project, a local grassroots organization, and Equal Justice Initiative Community Remembrance Project, is collecting soil near the sites where Mr. John Diggs-Dorsey and Mr. Randolph were lynched to add to the collection at EJI's Legacy Museum to help Montgomery County residents understand the continuing impact of enslavement and racism to this day. And that this soil will serve up to remind us of our responsibility to understand our history and to work to repair and heal the damage of the past by acting in the present. Presented today and signed by Council President Tom Hucker and myself. Thank you. Somebody's calling my name. Oh my Lord, tell me what shall I do?
September is African Heritage Month, and here in Montgomery County, we have a strong presence of African leaders and businesses that are important elements of our community.
Inspired by a friend he looked up to, this Ethiopian hairstylist discovered a passion he never knew he had that would one day lead to a successful hair business. After training under his friend for a few years, Daniel Gadamu decided to open a barbershop with his brother in his hometown of Addis Ababa. When the opportunity presented itself, he moved to Montgomery County in 2007, leaving behind the barbershop to his brother. Shortly after he arrived in Silver Spring, Daniel got a job at a barbershop where he worked for a few years until he completed his license and opened his own hair salon in the heart of downtown Silver Spring in 2010. In 2018, he branched off and opened a beauty supply store just across the street to complement his hair salon. He says one of the things that make Montgomery County a great place is that it's full of opportunities.
ይህንን ስራ ሰርቼ ነው ያንኛው ሰክሰስ እንዲያደርግ ያደረገው እና ጥሩ ነው። ለዚህ ነው ሞንትጎመሪ ካውንቲ ቆንጆ የሚያደርገው በዚህ ምክንያት ነው። ከበረታሽ ከሰራሽ የሚቀጥለውን ነገር ለሚሄድ ቀላል።
Like many businesses, his business was challenged by the pandemic.
በጣም ከባድ ነበር። በዛን ወቅት ሁሉም ሰው መምጣትም አይፈልግም። የሚሰራውም ሰራተኛ ፍራቻ ነበረው ሁሉም ነገር ለመምጣትም ለመስራትም። ስለዚህ ለመዝጋት ግድ ነበር። ከዛ በኋላ ያው ድጋሚ ሲከፈት ኢሜል አድርገውልን የጀመርነው ያው ለሱም ከተከፈተም በኋላ ላይ 3-4 ወር በጣም ቻሌንጅ ነበረው። ከዛ በኋላ ነው አሁን ጥሩ እየሆነ የመጣው።
Seeing his customers come back, he says, is the best feeling.
Well, that does it for this edition of the Council in Brief. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kenedy.